it's Monday and I'm officially under contract on that house on the west side in Peoria. So pretty stoked about that. We've got the inspection scheduled for Wednesday evening. So rocking and rolling, it was awesome. Today, Monday, also marks the start of the Soulcon challenge. This is part of me becoming a better version of me as a man and also as a father. So my son and I are doing it together. And basically the gist of it, it's not necessarily a diet plan or workout plan, although those are parts of it. It has way more to do with teaching discipline. And that is the one thing that I really lack, especially when it comes to food and like my physical fitness. Those things I lack a lot of discipline. There's other areas in my life I'm really disciplined, just not those. So it's a Bible study kind of thing. It's different than most Bible studies. It's not. It's just different, and I really like it because it's different. There is a daily devotional, but it has both a spiritual as well as physical component to it. The idea of it is that, and the reason it's called Soulcon is the idea is it's your soul in control by the power of the Holy Spirit. And so the idea is putting down the fork that feeds our flesh and picking up the cross. And the fork that feeds our flesh is anything from like food to drugs, alcohol, anything that feeds our flesh that isn't good for us. And so one of the things I'm giving up in the midst of this process, because there are some eating restrictions, like every day we have to recite the Lord's Prayer out loud on our knees, so praying it. We don't eat any carbs after 3 p.m., so no grains or breads. Sweet potatoes, veggies, and berries are the only carbs we can have, and I don't like sweet potatoes, so Drink at least 64 ounces of water a day. Exercise at least 30 minutes 5 days a week. Run, walk, or crawl 2 5Ks a week. And before I leave the house for the day, or in my case, before my son gets off to school, do 40 push-ups. And so also sleep 6 to 8 hours, and there's some sharing of your faith component. But so what I'm doing with Michael is that we're getting up at 5:30, because normally we get up at 6. We get up, we recite the Lord's Prayer, we go through read the devotion that's in the book, and then we do our push-ups every morning. So I'm also, one of the things I'm giving up is Diet Dr. Pepper. I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking the same thing. This is going to suck. But the point of this whole thing is to recognize what's our flesh kind of crying out for, like things it wants, versus what the Holy Spirit lives inside of us wants for us. So a lot of this is doing things that are going to cause the flesh to cry out a little bit so we can hear it better and know it better, to know the difference between our flesh going like, I want it, versus the Holy Spirit saying, you don't need that. And so giving up the Diet Dr. Pepper is going to be a painful and difficult thing, I know, especially the first week or so. But in the end, it's better for me. So today marks the start of all this. It's going to be 6 weeks of this. There's varying challenges throughout that I'm sure I'll document. I'll also document the 5K that Michael and I do. So this is the testing week, and we have to do as many push-ups in 2 minutes as we can, as many sit-ups in 2 minutes as we can, and then run our 5K. It always says run, walk, or crawl our 5K, because I don't run. This frame is not built for running. So we'll do that, and then at the end of the challenge, we get to compare our numbers to kind of see how we stack up against ourselves. Because this thing is not a competition against other guys. I'm in a group of about 15 guys that are doing this, so it's pretty cool. But it's not a competition between the guys. It's a competition with yourself to better yourself, which is what I'm all about on this channel. So the guys are there to encourage each other and to challenge each other, not to compete against each other. It's pretty cool. You guys are going to come along with the journey with me and my son as we do it, and you'll kind of see highlights of some of the stuff. I'm not going to go through the daily drudgery of I want carbs and Diet Dr. Pepper. Anyway, but we're under contract. So